about a minute, but not as long. All right, hey guys. Sorry, we were on the wrong Facebook page. So we are back on the official Disc Store Facebook page. We are doing episode 4 of This Disc is Great with Steve and Nate. What are we reviewing this week, Steve?
We've got an MVP disc. This is the Signal.
Okay, so we're super excited about it. For you guys who don't know, we're doing this review series every Wednesday at 5. We're hitting a new disc that's come out in the last 6 or so months. We have a lot of new stuff coming soon that we just got in. It's going to be a really, really good time. So we took this disc out to a field, threw it a few times, so we can give you an idea of what it flies like. Somebody who asks us a question about that disc will win that exact disc tonight live in the video. So comment with your questions, share it with your friends, like the video so more people see it, and we'll be handing that out to somebody. We're also going to give away this sweet Zing Cosmo Mini with an Upper Park stamp on it. We got this from our friends at Upper Park Designs. They make some really sweet bags that we have available on our website. Check those out. I'm probably picking one up myself real soon. I like them a lot. All right, so we give it just a couple more seconds for people to join us. But again, episode 4 of This Disc is Great with Steve and Nate. Make sure you check out the UDisc app. They hooked us up with some free pro accounts, so all of the measurements you see in our videos here in a second, which I hit the space bar. All the measurements you see are measured with the UDisc app. It's got a great measuring tool, some really sweet scorecard functionality. Great app, check it out. We recommend it super highly. All right, and we got some more actual viewers this time. Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody for joining us. We really appreciate it. Hopefully this is informational and helpful for y'all. Steve, why don't you tell us what MVP says about the Signal?
All right. So we got MVP Signal. We've got a narrow 16 millimeter rim. That's the amount of rim that you can actually grab with your fingers. That it will be the easiest throwing MVP driver for a beginner. While beginners and developing players will start to enjoy easy, straight flight with available turn, expert throwers will need to dial it down or turn up their flight manipulation game. Thrown at high power, the Signal begs for lines to be worked through hyzer flips and height adjustments, yielding everything from laser beams to smooth turns and rollers on demand. All this turning potential is buffered by the stabilizing gyro effect for a controllable golf disc.
That's a lot, isn't it? So what they mean by the gyro effect is with the overmold, that puts a lot more of the weight of the disc in the rim than you get from traditional single mold discs. So it spins a little tighter, a little differently than other discs, and so it generally gives discs more glide than similar mold discs and from other companies.
I've definitely felt not only this disc but other MVP discs. I felt like it really was a tight flight.
Yeah,
it's pretty interesting. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's definitely a unique
cool
technology to them. So flight numbers on this guy. The flight ratings we've seen from a couple other websites. It's got a speed of 8, which is pretty fast for how thin it is. Glide of 5, which is typical with MVP, really glidey discs. -4, so that's that super high speed, beginner friendly turn that they're talking about. And +1 for the fade. So it's going to turn a lot and not come back very hard at all. It's the same, that's the kind of numbers I'm looking for a beginner disc, for somebody with really low arm speed. Kids, or you're trying to get your girlfriend into the game. Actually, I have one of these that I bought for my girlfriend. She hasn't thrown it yet, so I'll let you know how it goes for her.
Wink, wink.
But these are super beginner friendly disc. Going to be really understable. Let's check out how it flies.
How it flies.
Again, make sure you're asking us questions. If you have any questions about this disc or disc golf in general, let us know. And someone who asks a question on this video will win this MVP Signal, Neutron Signal that we threw. It's 171 grams. People ask that a lot. We're trying to throw as close to max weight as we can for every disc, just so we get a little bit of consistency throughout. 171 was the heaviest one we had at the time. Yeah, so you're either going to win this Signal if you ask a question, or somebody who comments on this video will win the Zing Cosmo Mini from Upper Park Designs. All right, let's check out some of the video. You want to come in a little closer, Evan, so we can see it better?
No.
All right, so Steve, I think you're in the first couple video clips here.
I'm starting it off.
So Steve's got the first couple because when I threw this hard, none of the video looks good. and it just burns out. So Steve's had a couple. You can actually see what's going on when he threw it hard. All right, so let's check that out here.
That was probably just a little flat, and I put a decent amount of power on that. It had a really nice left line, nice little Annie line, but it was effortless to get it that far. So for a beginner, and you're really trying to put that power into it, it'll pop up for you.
Steve, remind the people at home what hand you throw with.
Oh, well, some people say it's the wrong hand, but this is a left-handed throw. So
this looks like a right-handed line.
Yes.
But you threw that backhand left hand, so it definitely turned over for you. All right, let's take a look at another one that gets the same kind of power on it.
That one was definitely on a hyzer, and it really came around. That one probably here, and it probably hit the ground, but complete opposite. So that -4 high-speed turn they're talking about, that is the real deal. This disc wanted to turn over, and eventually it got to the point where we were like, we can't throw it 100%. It's just not going to work for us.
Yeah, anytime that I threw it hard, it was definitely turning, burning. I think this next video is my not on purpose roller. Yep, I was not trying to roll this disc, and it just flips over, and it goes, and it keeps going, right? It rolled down that hill and kept going. So I threw that a little hyzer. It popped up, went flat, then over flat, and just hyzered out, hit the ground at about 200 feet, and then rolled about 130 feet right. So it's super understable, super flippy. Again, that's exactly what you want in a beginner player in a beginner disc. This is how that kind of a disc should be flying for more advanced players who are throwing it harder. So after we had a couple throws like that and realized, okay, we can't mash on this disc, we dialed it down, threw it a little softer. Let's check out how that worked out for us.
Oh, that's the purposeful roller. That's the purposeful roller, and it was beautiful. What's that, over 300? All right, cool. I finally got 300 with the disc. I meant to throw that down there. That was fun. I could see putting that disc well down a really tight fairway with the roller.
And he rolled it super straight too. Like
yeah.
He actually, it would have gone farther than 310, but it, like one of these third hops here, it nailed one of our cones. It's giving us our direction to throw. So he was rolling straight down that line, nailed cone, and it turned out at the end. But super easy roller disc. Don't even have to try very hard. It just goes, hits that angle and holds it. Super great roller disc for you if you're having trouble rolling other things. This is a great option.
Mm-hmm.
So this actually throws like 50-60% on a hyzer. Flips up straight and flat, and I finally actually get some fade out of the disc.
Wow.
So yeah, that came out of my hand. Something new I'm trying with the videos. That white line is the disc release angle. So it pops out.
Oh,
and
cool.
Again, I threw it at like 60% maybe. Like very, very low power. Flipped up flat. Came out and hyzered out around 75. Actually got a little skip with the hyzer. So again, super understable disc. I think that's all we've got for video. Yep. So like as you can see from the videos, it definitely flies the way they expect it to. Super understable, super beginner friendly. Steve, what'd you think, just in general?
When you told me we were going to be throwing some MVP, I've thrown the Octane before, and at the time I was throwing it, it said it was understable to stable, and it was like a destroyer for me. And so I'm thinking MVP, I'm just like, oh, dude, this is going to be too hard to throw. But this one surprised me. This one it had a really nice, comfortable lip. That little lip feels really nice in the hand.
Yeah.
And
for me, it's a little too small. Like I don't have the biggest hands in the world, but it feels kind of small and awkward in my hand. Like I don't like how it feels. But for like my girlfriend who has really small hands, it's going to fit in her hand nice.
Sure.
Again, for kids, it's going to fit really nice. It's a great. Honestly, this is one of my since we've thrown it, it's become my go-to suggestion for beginners. I like it a lot. Evan, we got any questions we want to answer before we talk a little bit more?
Got a few questions. What disc would we compare it to?
All right, Steve, do you have any comparisons you'd give this one?
I'm gonna have to say like the Roadrunner or something.
Yeah.
That just the way I've seen people throw a Roadrunner. That's almost identical to what I've seen. The big visor, you know it's gonna come over, or you just throw it really hard, flat, or in an ante, and it drops straight down to the ground and goes for a long time.
Yeah, it's got a pretty similar flight pattern to a Roadrunner. It's a little slower. It flies really close to the Discraft Glide. The Glide feels a little different in the hand, but it flies pretty similar to the Glide. I haven't thrown a Witness, but it's probably close to a Witness.
Sure.
And again, just super easy. Like, again, I can't put any power into this. It can't handle that. It's all about flying straight.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. What are the stats? What are the numbers again?
Okay, so we'll run back the numbers. Steve, you know what the numbers are on this guy?
We got an 8 speed, we've got a 5 glide, we've got a -4 high speed turn, and you've got a 1 fade.
So again, yeah, it's definitely wants to flip. That's what this disc does. That's what it's for. Which you need discs that do that. Again, it's a high speed turn, like the 4-to-1 high speed turn ratio is great for low power arms and beginners, kids. Your girlfriends who are trying to get into the sport, anyone who's not throwing super hard, this is great. I can use this disc for wood shots. If turnover, got a couple holes at Hummel Park where I can see myself using this. It's a utility disc for anyone who's got more than any sort of power, but it's definitely a usable disc for certain trick shots for sure. All right, Evan, why don't we give this away to the next person who asks a question, or the next question you ask.
How about the next question that I see that hasn't been answered by you guys? That is a good question. Let me scroll through here. I'm going to go back even to see through while you guys were talking. A question or a comment? What do you want?
Sure, let's give the comment to the Zing Mini. Let's give the Zing Mini to the commenter. Why not?
Okay.
Sweet.
So I already know a winner for the comment. Someone very helpful who's following along this feed. Nathan D. Garner, you have won this Zing Cosmo Mini. Thanks for commenting. He said he thinks the signal will be similar to a beat up Pro Leopard or a worn in Pro Leopard.
Yes, that I would feel. The rim is so much smaller than a Roadrunner, but yeah, I was thinking Leopard, but a Champ Leopard isn't quite flippy to compare. But yeah, beat up Pro Leopard would 100% be.
He also says he had MVP discs for 3 years. The overmold has never and will never separate. Some of the most durable discs made. Because Chris Lewandowski had asked that.
Which is a fair question, because I didn't throw MVP when they came out, because they came out the same year as Dynamic and Prodigy, and there was so much new stuff, and I wasn't working here, so I couldn't afford to buy it all. And so since that was a new thing I had never seen before, I kind of shied away from it, because I thought, it's rubber, it's going to beat up really easily. But it actually is really, really durable.
So again, that's Nathan Garner. So go ahead and message us on Facebook or email us at service@discstore.com. Nathan, you have won the mini disc.
Sweet Zing Cosmo Mini. Again, check out Upper Park Bags on our website. They're great bags. We can hook you up with them all sorts of colors, a couple of different styles. They're sweet.
All right. Let's see. We're gonna give away a signal. How do you want to do that? Let's. You want to ask how many years we're playing and some kind of what do you guys think?
Do you have a question?
We have a couple questions here.
Yeah, let's give it to somebody who asked a question.
Okay.
Let's make that our usual thing.
Is this now this isn't the winner, but I'll just ask a question here. Can the MVP be thrown forehand or too flippy? Can the signal be thrown forehand or too flippy?
Did we throw this forehand at all, Steve?
I remember throwing a standstill backhand with this, and that was the first time I got it to just go straight. So if you were doing like getting out of trouble and you needed something, you'd throw it here on a hyzer, and that would probably be able to stand up. Maybe do a little work with the ante, but I think that would be probably the only time you're not making that into a roller. Would just be some real nice touch, get it at least to that 8 speed to get it flat.
And again, for a beginner, maybe it would be fine. For me, it's I prefer. It's definitely more understable, and I prefer for a flick disc. I wouldn't be able to. I don't have enough control with my flick to throw a disc that flippy. So it's wouldn't be something that I go to for a flick, but for a beginner who's not throwing super hard, it's probably okay. But yeah, it's again not recommended. But we didn't have any video of it because if we did, it was all terrible and I didn't use it.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
All right, a couple more questions and then we'll choose the winner at the end. What's Steve's longest backhand? What's your U-disc measured longest backhand, maybe? How about that?
It'd be with the strike last week
Yeah,
for sure.
last weekend during a tournament, I threw about 450 with my Star Strike. So that was probably the farthest I've ever thrown. It was pretty sweet.
Yes, awesome. Steve bombs those strikes. If you didn't watch our review from last week, go check it out. It's definitely one of our favorite discs that we've reviewed.
I've got 3 in the bag now, so that's how much I like them.
I'm working on it.
All right, Kevin Berry is asking. Just asked that one. Chris Lewandowski is asking, what range would this be ideal for the signal?
Steve, what do you think?
It's definitely going to be something you throw farther than your mid-range with less. I would say it's going to be less stable than your mid-range, so it'll take less effort. But for the new people, for a beginner throwing this, I could see them easily getting 150 with a good toss.
It's like we said, it's definitely a beginner disc. It's probably going to be the farthest disc a lot of beginning players can throw.
Yeah.
Low arm speed players. Now, if you're coming from Ultimate and you have a really good snap with your Ultra Star, that's different. But if you've never played disc golf, never played a disc sport, this will probably be the farthest disc you throw. But I honestly can't throw it much farther than the 275 that I did, because if I try any harder than that, it's going to burn out.
Yeah.
So it's a new player can hopefully start to hit 200, 250 with it. But any more power than that, you really need to bump up to a beefier disc.
Okay. Got a couple more questions, and then we'll ask the winner shortly. Out of all beginner drivers, how would you compare that to the Signal? Or would you call this a beginner driver?
This is 100% a beginner driver. It's got a smaller rim, so it's not as tough to hold. It's a little, like the Leopard is one of my other go-tos. It's a little flippier than the Leopard, so it's even easier to throw than the Leopard is. It's closer to like a DX Leopard or a Beat-In Pro Leopard, like Nate said earlier. But yeah, it's 100%. That's what they made it for. That's what it does. That's its niche in the market for sure.
All right, another question. First of all, I'll talk to Nathan Garner. You can message us on Facebook to claim your prize, or you can email us at service@discstore.com. That's how you claim that prize. That's for Nathan Garner. Another question. Robert is asking, what drills do you recommend for improving snap on the backhand?
Ooh.
Steve,
I like that. I think the biggest thing is finding that timing where your hand, I'm here until the snap, where I'm literally just extending right at the very end, and that snap there is when the disc is finally coming out of my hand. So, and that's coming out right center of my lead foot, no matter if it's my flick or if you're that's the number one key. And once you time it effortless, because it's like you're tossing your putter you pick up your putter out of the basket and then you toss it to your buddy, or you pick up theirs and you just know I'm throwing it right there. And that's the same idea when it comes to throwing big long drives, even just little putts. You got to find that.
Yeah, so as far as like drills, I usually just take a big stack of similar drivers out to a field and just focus on that form, focus on that hit, focus on that place, and just throw over and over and over again, then go pick them up and throw them back. And then field work, honestly, is the best. Like, field work helps your form, it helps you get consistency, helps that muscle memory. Just throwing in general in the field, not aiming at a basket or on a course, it helps a lot. Definitely recommend going out and doing as much field work as you can.
All right, guys, another question. Sean Konigsberg is asking, I've only played with Ultimate discs. Can you only use backhand with golf discs? How different are they?
They
discs in
definitely
general?
fly differently than Ultra Stars. You can use whatever throw you want to in disc golf as long as you're not getting too crazy. But I throw backhands, forehands. I throw occasional thumbers. I throw a lot of tomahawks.
So what's tomahawk for an ultimate player?
A hammer. Tomahawk's a hammer. So same thing as a hammer. Thumber is an American hammer, if that means anything to you, just like that. All throws are good. Chicken wings, not good. All throws are legal. I don't know that all throws are good. I wouldn't chicken wing it. It's going to not work very well. But in general, this disc is different. It's a little more like an ultimate disc because of that understability.
Yeah.
Disc golf discs tend to be, like an ultimate disc thrown hard tends to finish going right, unless you put some IO on it. Disc golf discs tend to, in general, like to go left. So they throw a little different. Your form is going to be a little different because of that. But all throws you can throw with an ultimate disc, you can throw with a disc golf disc outside of some of like the crazy like waffle fry stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. So we're gonna go ahead. We're up to about 40 viewers. We're gonna go ahead and announce the winner. The winning question of the day. Let me scroll and find it again. Comes the winning question comes from Kevin S. Words or Swords, little celebrity Jeopardy term there. How well will this disc fly? Oh, sorry, that is the same, different question, same person, Kevin Swords. What makes a disc stable or understable? What does that mean?
So
What understable and stable means, you want to explain that a little bit, Steve?
Okay, stable is going to be as straight as possible. That's in the air. It's flying. It's maintaining a straight path. If it's understable, it's going to work with the rotation of the disc. So right-handed player, you throw it flat and the disc starts to turn to the right. That's understable, or you've put enough high-speed turn on it to make it go that way. And then with your overstability, that's how hard it was to fight against the rotation of that disc.
So again, for right-handed backhand players, understable means it's going to drift right. Overstable means it's going to drift left. Stable is dead straight. Now the problem with that is I do it myself a lot. People use the word stable to mean overstable. That gets confusing if you use the term correctly.
Yeah.
Which again, I do that all the time. So if I can flip that for left video, I'm going to go left over to left. And I already throw them. We'll do an S curve to accomplish that. But
So I think he's asking what makes a disc.
now, what makes it stable or understable is fixed that I don't understand. So there's some discs that you don't quite know why they do what they do, but it's all about profile. Smarter people than I have figured that stuff out. Within the same disc, I can tell you a few things that matter. You hear people talk about pop destroyers.
Yeah.
They're the ones that if you press in the middle, it makes a little heartbeat popping sound. For high-speed discs, speed 10 or over, that dome makes them more overstable because of the way that it reacts with the air. For lower speed discs, like 9 and lower, like flat top Firebirds, you hear that? Flatter discs get more overstable because they don't have enough, there's not enough flight plate room for them to glide, so they crash out more overstable. Then it just comes down to like sometimes plastic quality, parting line height, screws with things, the humidity in the warehouse that day can affect stability.
Yeah, it's just tons of factors.
But yeah, all sorts of things, and yeah, I can't even tell you just picking up a disc whether it's overstable or understable sometimes because it's just weird physics magic.
All right, so to repeat, the winner of this MVP Neutron Signal is Kevin Swords. Kevin Swords. So thanks for that question about stable, understable, and overstable. And thanks guys for watching.
Yep.
What you got, Nate?
Yeah, well, I think we're gonna go check out. I'm still processing through a restock, so check that out. We got a whole bunch of new discs on the website. Vibram should be up by the next week, I hope. Check that out. Check back next week at 5. We're next Wednesday at 5 for episode 5 of this with Steve Knight. Either going to be doing the Anchor or the D6. Haven't quite decided yet, but check that out.
All right, guys.
Words, Steve?
Thanks for watching. Continue to comment on this video, and Steve and Nate will get back with you if they can on some answers to your questions. You can still share this video to help spread and grow disc golf around Facebook and beyond.
And make Steve famous.
And make Steve famous, because that's a goal.
Who likes that?
So, thanks guys for all your comments and questions. Have a great day, and if you have any questions, you can also email us at service@discstore.com, and we will always answer them as soon as we can. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.
See you guys.